Whether it's a goat, a wolf, a snake, a duck, a fox, or even a freaking fox with a bunny in its mouth, eagles don't care. They'll snatch everything that looks tasty to them, so don't swipe or click away because here are the best eagle attacks caught on video. Number 13. Eagle vs. Sea Snake. While most of the predators in the wild stay away from sea snakes, fearing their deadly venom, the eagle looks at them as a tasty snack. Hovering above with sharp talons, ready to attack, the eagle was scouting the sea for its next meal. As soon as the snake rose to the surface of the water, the eagle dove right in and snatched it by the tail. But this is dangerous. At any moment, the eagle runs the risk of getting bitten by the poisonous snake, but it seems like biting an enemy in mid-air is harder than anticipated. After a few unsuccessful attempts, this snake becomes feeding food. Number 12. Eagle vs. Goat. We're going to be starting off this list with a video of a goat peacefully sitting on top of a rock. Thinking that the higher up the mountain you go, the safer you are from predators down below is dangerous thinking. It can get you killed, especially if you're alone and there's no one to back you up. They forgot about the threat from above that can see thousands of feet away and can quickly swoop in from behind and kill any prey regardless of size. For eagles, goats are easy prey. All it takes is a little push and they'll fall off those steep cliffs. And their inability to kick or bite makes escape nearly impossible. At long last, the inevitable happened. The silent killer grabbed the goat by the neck and carried it up to the skies. Now it's only a matter of time before he drops it and feasts on the dead carcass of a freshly slaughtered goat. Number 11. Eagle snatches up monkey. While the goat was sitting on top of a hill and was particularly vulnerable to aerial attacks from this predator, these little monkeys are hiding inside the foliage of the tree. If that's a problem for other eagles, the harpy eagle has no problem snatching up prey from anywhere. So the eagle went on the attack, the little monkey tried to hide and scram. One of them wasn't so lucky, and before he could escape, the mama eagle grabbed it with its talons and brought lunch to her young. Number 10. Eagle vs. Hare. Eagle hunting is an old sport, and while some consider it pastime, we just think it's cruel towards animals. Here you see a group of UK eagle hunters just deploying their deadly birds into action. One of the hares managed to escape by going downhill, but the other one wasn't as successful. Even though it managed to avoid getting captured with a masterful and perfectly timed jump, eventually the big bird caught up to it and caught it without a problem. Number 9. Eagle vs. Duck. During the wintertime, this young bald eagle has just spotted a little duck getting out of the nearly frozen pond. He scouted the area for about a minute. Just as the duck neared the edge of the pond, the eagle swooped in and managed to grab the defenseless duck and seep its sharp talons deep into the duck's skin. It was all just one smooth motion from the glide to the descent and even to the kill. Number 8. Bald eagle vs. Great Blue Heron. From the moment this chase started, the great blue heron had no chance against this bald eagle. The reason is because two bald eagles were right on its tail. Just as he thought he could escape by diving into the water, the two eagles smashed that like button just like you should do if you haven't done so already. But no, in all seriousness, they dove in, fiercely battled the blue heron, and overpowered it in no time. The video you see here is of the eagle dragging its prey out of the water. Number 7. Eagle throws goat off cliff. Here's the same mistake yet again. These goats stood alone and they stood off the edge of a cliff. This is an advantage for the eagle. Even if he can't lift up the goat and carry it, all he has to do is push it off the edge. This is probably the most well-known eagle attack in the world, partly because of eagle's masterful descent and partly because of its cruelty. The predator dropped the goat about 500 feet off the cliff, where the goat fell and died immediately after. Now it's just a matter of feasting on the dead. Number 6. Eagle outsmarts a bird. Even though this eagle is encaged at the zoo, it perfectly displays their predatorial nature. All they can think about is how to get their next meal, and this time the eagle saw that this white bird was a little hungry, so he dangled a piece of meat in front of it, but he picked the wrong guy to steal from. The first attempt was unsuccessful, and the eagle tried again. As the bird leaped forward to grab the food, the eagle quickly opened its talons and grabbed the bird by its beak. Thankfully, he managed to get away relatively quickly. Number 5. The viral eagle video. This is probably one of the most popular eagle videos on the internet, and it's very disturbing. It shows a father taking out his two sons for a walk in the park, and while he's looking after one of them, the eagle dives down and snatches the kid up. It was posted about a decade ago, it made headlines across the world, and then it turned out it was just a project some student made on his computer. Before this information surfaced online, people were outraged. Fake Twitter profiles were popping up everywhere, and this man was probably laughing his bum off. In short, this man didn't lose his child to an eagle, it was all CGI. We'd like to know the VFX company this guy's working for right now. Number 4. Eagle vs. Canada Goose. One amateur YouTuber managed to film an eagle trying to catch a Canada goose at Grant Lake. After seeing the eagle and anticipating his next few moves, the guy pulled out his camera and started filming. The first time he tried, the goose dove underwater. He shot back up and then came down with a ferocious speed, but still nothing. The third time, the bald eagle got really tired of the goose and used all of his force and speed to grab this seemingly easy prey. And in a matter of moments, the goose found itself struggling to get away from the strong latch of the eagle's talons. It dragged the prey across the water, and the video ended before we could see what happened to the duck, which is probably for the best.
Top 3.
Number 3. Eagle attacks fox with a rabbit. This is probably the weirdest video we have on this list. Why? Because the fox had just caught its lunch, and it was carrying the little bunny rabbit to its burrow, unaware that she's on the open field and that a predator was scouting the terrain. The fox was careless. The eagle grabbed a hold of her in the nick of time, and she started contorting her body in a manic way. All of that wiggling made it extremely difficult for the eagle to get a hold of her. Finally, the fox broke free from the eagle's talons, even though it lost its prey. Number 2. Eagle vs. 2 goats. We kept talking about how important it is to stay in a pair during an eagle attack and not to wander off from the rest of the group. Here's a perfect example of how these 2 goats beat the odds. First of all, can you notice the terrain? These 2 goats aren't standing on the edge of a hillside, they're on the side of the hill, but the drop is not steep. Second, they're standing close to each other, which always helps to fight off a predator. Now, the eagle made the death swoop again, but this time he could barely lift the goat up. That's because of her weight. The eagle had a hard time picking her up off the ground. In the first example, it was easy since all it took was a little nudge. He did get it off the ground, but both the goat and the eagle fell, and we don't have to tell you who can endure more pain. After 2 such drops, the eagle had taken on more beating than hoped for and gave up while the 2 goats ran to safety. Number 1. Eagle vs. Girl. Now, we should warn you that this video might be a little disturbing to watch, but we should also point out that the girl didn't suffer any major injuries. She only had some scratch marks on her body and a few small wounds. Nothing that a visit to the ER won't fix with a few stitches. But you see, the reason this 8-year-old girl got attacked by an eagle in Kyrgyzstan by a golden eagle is because she wandered off into the restricted area, which was blocked off for demonstration of the hunting birds at display that day. Because she was alone in the field, the golden eagle saw her as an easy prey and immediately swooped in for the kill. And the claws seeped into the clothes of the girl. They could do too much damage on her back. The eagle did inflict minor injuries to the head with its beak, but the trainers rushed in and got here away from the eagle at just the right moment. Frightened and crying, the girl quickly ran to her parents. The doctors have said that this attack could have been fatal had the bird not been trained. Considering the situation, we'd say the girl was lucky because even male adults can't save the girl from the claws of this predator. But because he was well fed, he didn't go for the kill. If you enjoyed this video, you'll like the next one. This is Koala with Koality Content. See you soon.